Hello CS scholars, how are you all children? All are doing good? So children, today we are going to continue with our verb book exercise. As you all know, we have finished our chapter number 4. Okay, so today we are going to complete its worksheet number 1 and 2. So let's begin. Okay children, take out your page number 40 in your English verb book, chapter number 4, foreign lands. Worksheet number 1. Write today's date here children. Okay, we are going to study about some monuments. Okay, so let's start. Monuments is a building or a structure built in a memory of a person, an event or a special deed. A. Color the pictures and write the names of these famous monuments of India. So children, can you see here? Here are some pictures of some monuments. What are monuments children? As I said you earlier, it's a building or a structure built in memory of a person. Okay, that are called monuments. So can you see here? There are some pictures of monuments. First one is, I know you know this. Yes, it's Taj Mahal. Second one. And can you see this Taj Mahal where it is located? Yes, it is in Agra. Second one. Any guesses children? Yes, Red Fort. And Red Fort is in Delhi. Yes. This one, India Gate. Yes, and this India Gate, it's also in Delhi. This one, Qutub Minar. Yes, it is also in Delhi. Okay. So children, write these names, okay, with the good handwriting and the correct spelling. Worksheet number 2, write today's date children here. In the box below, paste a picture of a place that you would like to visit someday. It will be a place in or outside India. Find out what the place is famous for and names of its landmarks. Okay. So children, what you need to do here, you need to paste a picture of place. Okay. That you would like to visit someday. Okay. You want to see some places. It might be inside India or outside India. Okay children. It might be any places. Okay. What you like to visit. Okay. So you need to paste that picture on this blank area. Okay. It's in the page number 41. Okay, so paste that picture here and write something about that place. I will show you how to write it. Okay, so you will get the clear idea. For example, I have pasted here the picture of City Palace. It is in Udaipur. Okay, and I have mentioned here some information about it. Okay, the same thing you need to do. First, paste the picture of the famous place where you would like to visit and write the name of it and write some information about that area. And then what you need to do? And you need to write its landmarks. Okay. Landmarks means what are the famous other places which are located nearby this or located in Udaipur. Okay. So for example, I have written here some of its landmarks like Maharana Pratap Memorial, okay, Jag Mandir, Chetak Smarak, Sahelo Ki Bari. These are some landmarks, okay, which are located in Udaipur. So, whatever place you are mentioning here, you need to write its landmark. Understood, children? I hope you have understood it well and you will finish this exercise. Okay, children, we have finished our worksheet number 1 and worksheet number 2. So we will continue with the grammar magic. Okay. So grammar book. So we are going to continue and starting new chapter. It's chapter number 3, asking questions. So let's start. Yes, asking question. So children, the name itself suggests to ask some question, isn't it? Asking question like what is your name? Where are you going? Okay, where do you live? These are some questions. Okay, so we are going to study how to frame questions. So let's start. First, I will give you one sentence. For example, they were happy. It's a normal sentence. Okay, they were happy. It's also called open question. Why it is called open question? Because it provides some information. It's unclear. They were happy. Okay. And how we will frame this question? Were they happy? That's closed question. Okay. They were happy. It's open question because it provides some information. And were they happy? Question mark. That's closed question. Why it is closed question? Because the answer might be in yes or no. That's why it is called closed question. Were they happy? Yes, they were. Or the answer may be no, they weren't. Isn't it? So children, I have shifted this word here and they here while framing the question. Can you see? They were happy. Were they happy? This word came first and they came second. Isn't it? Word W is in capital first letter. You know that it is always in a capital letter. And when we are asking some question, there is always a question mark at the end of the sentence, children. Understood? So can you see? I have just shifted this were here and they here. Understood? So when we are making close question or when we are questioning something, okay, we shift were here and they here. So what is this were, children? This we have studied. Was, were. Yes, that's helping verb, isn't it? This all are called helping verb because it help main verb. They were happy. Happy is the main verb and were is the helping verb. So helping verb will come in front. Okay. And they. What is they, children? It's a pronoun, isn't it? Or we can say it's a subject. Understood? So we will study further. For example, answer in short. As I said you, the answer might be yes, they were or no, they weren't. Okay. So, were they happy is a closed question. The answer may be in this type. Remember children, was we use with singular noun and were we use with plural noun or with you. You type of question. So children, there are 4 main parts for framing questions. So let's see which are they. First one, questions words. Second, helping verbs. Third, subject. Fourth, main verbs. So children, there are total 4 main parts for framing questions. So children, what are question words? Just to know, when we are using some question, when we are framing some question, we make use of such words. For first one, who, what, how, why, when, where. For example, who are you? When we are making some question like this, we make use of who are you? What is your name? How are you? Why you are making noise? When is your birthday? Where are you going? So children, these are some questions, isn't it? Second, helping verbs. As you know, we have studied about helping verbs. Yes, am, is, are, was, were, do, or did. This we have already studied. What are helping verbs, children? Which comes before the main verbs, isn't it? Yes. Then about subject. This is something new for you that I will explain you about it. What is subject? I, we, you, they. This you have studied. Yes, this all are called pronoun. Isn't it? I, we, you, they, he, she, it. Isn't it? This we have already studied. Or any noun. Okay. So children, this we are going to use in making questions. Okay. The main verb, you already aware about it. It's an action word like play, jump, sing, dance. Okay. So let's see. For example, where do you live? Where do you live? This is a normal question. It's also called open question. Why? Because it gives you some information. That where do you live? Okay. So it might answer maybe anything. I live in Surat. Any answer. Okay. So what is where here? It's a question word. Isn't it? And then do. It's a helping verb. Yes, we always use helping verb before the main verb, isn't it? So let's see where it is. Then what is you, children? Yes, it's a subject. So children, what is subject here? When we are using for some person, okay, or animal or things, okay. So when we are using for some person, it may be I, we, you, they, okay, or any noun. So it's called subject in the question or in the sentence. And then you, yes, definitely it's a main verb. Okay. So when we are framing question, we make use of questions, question word, then helping verb, then subject, and then last main verb. This you should remember well, children. First one is question, second one helping verb, third one subject, and then last main verb. So whenever we are using open question, make use of such words. For example, will you help me? The answer may be in yes or no. Okay, no. Will you help me? Yes, I will. Or no, I wouldn't. Okay, and it's also called closed type of question, isn't it? Because it's giving the answer in yes or no format, isn't it? Second, who put the cat in? So answer may be in full sentence that I put the cat in. Okay, it's giving you some information. Why did you shout at me? Because you are making noise, isn't it? Answer may be anything. So children, what are these, children? This we can say an interrogative sentence. Why? Because an interrogative sentence always start with some question words. Okay. Children, you will study about some more sentence. Okay. But for your information, this all are called an interrogative sentence also because it starts with some question words. And interrogative sentence always ends with a question mark. Okay. At the end, there is always a question mark. So it is also called interrogative sentence. So children, I hope you have understood it well. How to frame question. So children, in your grammar book, there is a chapter number 3. Okay, there are some exercise in your book. So look at the sentences. Pratima is a good girl. Okay, Pratima is a good girl. It's a normal sentence. If I want to make it in a question sentence. How I will make? For example, is Pratima a good girl? So is a capital letter, and at the end there should be a question mark because we are framing a question. Okay, children. So remember this thing. First letter should be capital always, and at the end there should be question mark. Umang has completed his work. Full stop. This is a normal sentence. How we will frame its question? Has Umang completed his work? Question mark at the end. So this sentence we form the question by changing the order of the noun and the verb. As I said you earlier. So there are some exercises. Let's just frame some questions from this sentence by changing the positions of the underlined verb. So what we need to do? We need to just change the position of the underlined words. Okay, now you know it's very easy for you. Isn't it, children? First one, he is very fond of his grandfather. So how you will write this, children? Yes. Is he very fond of his grandfather? At the end there should be question mark. Is should be capital. Isn't it? Yes. Second, Ria is a very nice and kind friend. So how you will frame this question? Yes. Is Ria a very nice and kind friend? At the end there should be question mark and I should be in capital letter. Isn't it? So now we know how to frame it, children. What you need to do in your English notebook, you need to write this exercise. First write the lesson number 3 asking questions and then write this exercise number A and write this question and then first question and then one answer and then leave one line and then again second question and then its answer and then again leave one line. Okay, and write with a good handwriting, children. B. Arrange these words in order to frame questions. Don't forget to begin the sentence with a capital letter and end it with a question mark. So children, first one, manage, did, travel, so, how, long, she, to, for. So did you remember, children, this type of question we have already studied when we were studying about the sentences, but it was about the sentences. Now we are going to frame questions. Okay, it is similar to that. It is jumbled sentence. We need to arrange in a question form. So first one, manage, did, travel, so how long, she, to, for. So how we will arrange this, children? Yes. How did she manage to travel for so long? First letter should be capital and at the end there should be question mark because it's a question. So how is a question word? Did is a helping verb. She is a subject and travel the main verb. Do you remember the 4 parts while framing question? There should be question word, then helping verb, then subject, and then, yes, main verb. Isn't it? And this type of question is also called open question. Okay, why? Because it provides some information. How did she manage to travel for so long? Isn't it? Okay, now second, buy they a car you did week last. Okay, doesn't make any sense. How we will frame it? Let's see. Did they buy a new car last week? Yes. So, can you see, children? Here I have used did first. Why? Because it's giving answer in yes or no. Okay. So, whenever we are framing the question yes or no type of answer, that time we always use did or helping verb at the starting of the sentence. Okay? Understood, children? Because it's a closed question. Because it's giving the answer in yes or no sentence. So that's why helping verb we will always use at the starting of the sentence. And at the end there should be question mark. Third one, teaches language, who, you, literature, and. Let's see its answer. Who teaches you literature and language? Here, who come first? Who teaches you literature and language? So, who is a, yes, it's a question word. Teaches is an main verb. You, yes, it's a subject. Here, no helping verb. Okay, children? So, children, you should remember, there are helping verbs are not always given in the sentence. If there are no helping verb, you should keep the main verb. Okay? Who teaches you literature and language? Fourth one, vacation plan, when go do you two for a. Okay, children, this you need to do at home, and I'm going to do fifth one for you. Which party the time will have we aim for? So how we will arrange this? How we will reach for the party in time? Yes. So how should we? First, it's a question. We will. We is a subject. Will is a helping verb. Reach for the party in time. Okay. So reach is a main verb. Okay, children. So this is the way we frame the question. And children, you need to do 4th, 6th, 7th and 8 by your own in your notebook. Okay. So write with a good handwriting, children. Frame the question properly. Okay. Remember the rules, how we frame the question, and then it will be easy for you to frame it. Okay. So let's see next. Now children, see exercise. Form questions from these sentences. One has been done for you. First one, this horse is very old. So how we will frame it, children? Yes, is this horse very old? At the end there should be full stop. And at the starting of the sentence, it should be in capital. Yes. Second, Hari is taller than Nitin. So children, can you see H is in capital, here N is in capital. Why? Because it's a name of some person. It is always in capital letter. While framing the question, it should be in capital letter only. Let's see. Is Hari taller than Nitin? Can you see? Is in capital letter and Hari is the name of some person. So it should be in capital letter. Is Hari taller than Nitin? And here is also in capital letter because it's the name of some person. And at the end there should be question mark. Yes. Now third one, you need to solve by your own, children. Now we know how to frame the questions. Fourth one, Kavita has finished eating. So how will frame this type of question? Yes. Has Kavita finished eating? H should be capital because it's the starting of the letter. Okay, so H, has Kavita finished eating? K is also in capital letter because it's the name of some person, and at the end there should be question mark. Okay children, I hope you have understood this exercise and this lesson. Okay, now this you need to do 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. These are the questions you need to solve by your own. I know it will be easy for you to solve it. So children, whatever exercise I have given you, your homework, exercise number A and exercise number B. It's on the page number 13. Okay, that you need to write in your notebook. Okay, it is your homework. So write in a good handwriting, children. Okay, study well at home. Then stay home, stay safe